Hello and welcome back to HiFi Lo-Fi. I've just made a second video about my unboxing of the Intec275 amp, and when I played it back, the iPad which I'm recording this on had somehow moved, wasn't in the correct position, and cut about half my head off. So please put up with it, because in the interests of integrity, I think it would be wrong of me to repackage the item and re-record pretending that I was opening it for the first time. So I haven't done that. I felt it was, as I said, it was better integrity on my part to be more genuine about the content of the video. So yeah, I'm new to this video recording lark. It's quite difficult on an iPad on my own in my living room. So apologies there, and hopefully these videos will slowly get better. Thanks a lot. So you join me here on the floor of my living room, and yeah, things get a bit low around here, especially in Japanese houses. So the lowdown on what I got in the mail, what I got on Yahoo Auction, and I thought what we'd do is we'd open at least one box. And now I made a mistake in the last video. The Intec275 amp I referred to as an A-933. Well, actually it's not, it's an A-905 FX, and I put a little edit in the description in the last video. So now I want to unbox the Intec275, which is here, and it's a real heavy box. Now I bought it on Yahoo Auction, and I've had to just cut the box open to check it is what it says it is inside, because I had to confirm I'd received it, so the seller could get the funds released from Yahoo Auction and get paid, basically. And also, if I leave it too long, it's bad for my rating. So you know, we get ratings on not just sellers, but buyers also get ratings too. So well, firstly, it's pretty well packaged, I have to say, and most things you do buy on Japanese auction sites are very well packaged. Lots of stuff for me to recycle here. Got the bubble wrap, bits of polystyrene, bits of newspaper, but I guess very well packaged anyway. That looks, yes, that's the remote control there. I won't open that at the moment. Remote controls, by the way, I'm inundated with remote controls, and I generally don't use them anymore. I try to avoid them. Now I know with the being that they're all in the Intec series, they could actually, as far as I know, the Intec275 could all run off one control. The Intec205s could all run off another control. It's a pretty heavy piece of kit, this, and if weight is anything to go by, then it should be a decent amp, because decent amps generally are quite heavy. Not just amps, actually. Decent hi-fi gear is usually quite heavy. Right, we've got the cable rolled up at the back there. All bubble wrapped, really tightly bubble wrapped, by the way. Yeah, so I should have got some scissors, because this is pretty hefty wrapping. And I'm not sure how vintage. I mean, I don't really know what age it has to be considered vintage, but I mean, it's certainly not new. Okay. Well, we've got a sticker on the top, which is annoying. I don't like it when maybe the original sticker they came with. I don't like it when they put stickers and labels on things. I don't remember that on the exhibitors page when I bought it. Right, I don't know if you can see that. There we are. Pretty heavy, as I said. I don't know the weight. I've forgotten. I did check. I've forgotten as I speak to you now. So we've got all gold RCA terminals, and we've got phono stage with earth, and we've got the banana plug compliant speaker posts, and we've got A and B speakers, and there's no digital in on here, by the way. We've got a subwoofer pre-out, and also something I really like about this series, and I like about a lot of Japanese products, for the domestic market at least, is that they have on them mains input sockets, which is excellent because a lot of Japanese houses simply do not have enough main sockets. Now, of course, we could use adapters, we could use expansion adapters or whatever, but it makes things a lot easier and a lot tidier if we can plug things into each other and sort of daisy chain them. And so, for example, with the Intec275 series I've got here, I've got the amp plugged in, but I've got the other machines plugged in, or two are plugged into the amp, and one's plugged into another one that is plugged into the amp, like that. And it really helps because there simply are not enough mains electrical sockets in Japanese houses, especially of this age. This is a 40-year-old house, and it's actually quite old-fashioned by perhaps by Western standards. Right. So yeah, there we are. That's it unboxed. I think it looks beautiful actually. It's pretty clean. They said they've cleaned it, and the photos on the Yahoo Auction site, they had the cover off, and they'd cleaned the inside somehow. Just looking at the bottom there, looks yeah, looks pretty nice. Not sure what that is. It's looks like cork. I don't know, little cork rings. I don't know if you can see that. Interesting. I don't know if they're original or added later. And as I said, it's got this sticker on there. It's got a little bit of a scratch there, but on the top. But apart from that, I don't see a little bit of a mark there. I don't know whether you can see that between the two dials there. We've got so we've got the input selector, which is, if I get a bit closer, the input selector. So we've got tape or CDR, MD, line, CD, tuner, and phono. And there's a flap that folds down there. And we've got other controls there. Now my eyesight's starting to get a bit middle-aged, so because I am middle-aged, and I do start to struggle to read the small print, hence my mistake in the last video. But anyway, I'm not connecting this now, I'm just really unboxing it and letting everybody know about it. And as I said, this is an A-933, and there was a later model, but it was in pretty bad condition, so I opted for this one. Apparently this is pretty powerful, and I think the peak power is about 200 watts per channel. I think it recommends like a nominal output of about 80 watts per channel with 8 ohm speakers. My speakers here are 6 ohm, and my other speakers, which are not set up, are also 6 ohm. So I've got 2 pairs of 6 ohm speakers, which can be a bit annoying because not that I find the impedance annoying. I just find it annoying that a lot of manufacturer's spec doesn't really tell you what pairing you can do with 6 ohm speakers. They normally tell you for 8 ohm or 4 ohm, but they quite often miss out 6 ohm. So anyway, there we are. That's the amp, and as I said, I shall be unboxing some more stuff in a bit, so stay tuned.